Hello friends, best greetings from Kyiv, the capital of Ukraine. My name is Viktor Fursov, I'm a research entomologist and beekeeper. And today we start new story on our stream. Just I make presentation on two cameras. Hello my dear friends, best greetings from Kyiv, the capital of Ukraine. My name is Viktor Fursov, I'm a research entomologist, beekeeper and teacher. And I'm an entomologist. I am studying insects, parasitic wasps, which are shown here on this poster. Different small parasitic wasps. We have a size just only 1-2 millimeters, even half of millimeter. Here on these posters they are quite big, like small dogs. But nevertheless, there are some very small tiny insects which are very important in biological control of agricultural pests. And they are reared in the laboratory and they used for biological control. But some others were just part of a biodiversity for different ecological systems, and they're part of our environment. And today we will be talking about insects. Despite all difficult circumstances which are now in the Ukraine, but we will not be talking about the war, because war is still going on, and yesterday was a quite difficult day when just I calculated on my telephone just the latest messages. I thought it was 70 missiles were sent to Ukraine. It was last message about 100 missiles which were sent to Ukraine. 70% of them have been shut down because of our strong air defense system of Ukraine. So let's talk now about insects. Insects in Japan. That's why the color of this stream is quite unusual. Despite daily time stream from Ukraine, I will be talking about Japan, about Japanese insects and about Japanese bloggers, because I want to show you some small stories from Japanese YouTubers who are just representing different insects, different behavior in different places. And here I can show you even some different ages of these bloggers, different generations, from youngest till the pretty old or rather old generation of bloggers. I show you some very famous bloggers, and they work like these bloggers who published these CD-ROMs in Japan some years ago. It was a very popular way to popularize pictures and popularize books, to publish CD-ROMs. Now CD-ROMs, this is old-fashioned for sure. But nevertheless in Japan it's normal. Here this CD-ROM of a Dr. Satoshi Kuribayashi, this big one. You see very strange face of acrid. The acrid, this is kind of a grasshopper which is sitting in a rice field in Japan. And these two CD-ROMs with photos, with wonderful collection of photos of Mr. Kazo Uzuno, great photographer, very famous in Japan, with wonderful books and also with wonderful photographs in books. So his books is a photo collection of different insects which he recorded. He recorded in different time in Japan and in other countries as well. And now he has YouTube channel, so I will show you some videos of him. But initially, let's talk about insects which are very common in Japan, which many YouTubers used to show insects in Japan. And these are different beetles. Beetles and cicadas. Beetles and cicadas are the most famous. Rhinoceros beetles and stag beetles. Here, two stag beetles of different species, and one is on the right side. This is Japanese stag beetle, which is very famous because of huge, like elephant nose, very huge horn, and one small horn on the thorax as well. So two horns, very wonderful. And this is a kind of entertainment in Japan and in some Asian countries, to put two bees together in a cage, just sit them on a piece of wood, like on a pencil, or a special arena, and watch for the fighting. And this is kind of a competition, so people are making some choice who is the strongest, the small one or the big one with this type of mandibles or with horns. So who is the strongest? And the strongest usually put down the weakest, just using the horn or mandibles, and just the weakest will be falling down just on the floor from this wooden branch. So these horns are used with the same species against the different males, because these are two males. So the strongest males are surviving. So mandibles are very strong as well. Mandibles against horns. So it's quite funny that they are feeling kind of a limitation of space, so they start to fight together. In some cases, people use even some small cord attached to the leg, because they sometimes try to escape. But these are sitting in the cage, and it was taken a photo inside the cage. So just a short break. And so the horn, the beetle with the horn trying to put with the horn the body of another beetle to take him out of the arena. Probably he is the strongest. Yes, because he tried already 2 times successfully, but still the smallest just attacking him persistently, because he has very strong mandibles. So quite difficult to recognize who is the strongest, who is the cunniest, or who is the winner. How people receive these beetles? Just YouTube channel are full of different videos when Japanese amateurs, just lovers of insects, walking in a forest for collecting insects. They're collecting different types of insects. They're collecting butterflies, grasshoppers. They're collecting even some scolopendras, who are not insects. And some of people use the easiest way. They are just going to the zoo shop, because in a zoo shop in Japan you can buy not only small dog, small cat, or some creatures like insects or invertebrates, like this big size salamander. So this blogger is very kind to show the different kinds of such a kind of pets which are sold in the Japanese shop, like this scolopendra with big mandibles and so strong legs, and who is pretty big one, who can be a little bit poisonous actually. Scolopendra can be poisonous if you can just show your finger between mandibles of scolopendra. She will try to bite you. So be careful if you can collect this type of invertebrate like scolopendra. So she is not very polite, sometimes can be very active. And of course, there are some shops who are selling some jewelries and some different cages with different small pets. Let's watch who is inside these pets. There are some spiders. Spiders are very famous and very common pets in the zoo shops. Some big size of spiders who are just like this bird. It's called like a bird-eating spiders, who are living in tropical areas, like in Malaysia, Thailand, sometimes in South America. They're pretty big, but the biggest is not. It doesn't mean the strongest. Not the strongest. There are some simple cages. The strongest. So if you take care about these spiders in captivity, making a very special aquarium for them, or terrarium for keeping them with a good moisture, with good arranged material around, when spiders can make a good nest. Hello, Dmitry. So spiders will survive and can be growing slowly, and living just slowly for several years. So that's why quite convenient pest who is sitting in the terrarium, not running around, just sitting in a hidden place somewhere, in a hidden refuge in terrarium, and you need to use only some insects like mealworms to feed them. He also showed some invertebrates printed on the pictures, maybe some which you can buy small samples and transfer it to your personal aquarium. So prices are pretty high, because in Japan value of everything is pretty high. Some scorpions, here some scorpions, I guess small size of scorpions. I don't know why people do like to keep scorpions in captivity. That's the miracle for me. But some people like it very much, just to be strong and to survive with, not only with spiders. Spider is big but not biting, but scorpions sometimes can bite if they can escape, because they are small. We can use all opportunities to escape. And here just leeches, some tiny leeches, maybe from Vietnam, Cambodia, or just in other areas, Laos. Leeches are very common, and even in some southern areas in Japan, in Okinawa, leeches are also quite common in jungles, especially in tropical areas. They are just quite unpleasant. So you see, the market is pretty. Here's some salamander, big kind of a salamander, quite similar coloration of salamander. Also, one species is presented even in Ukraine. Approximately the same, quite a big size of salamander, who is very slow animal, just move, but she is protected because she's a little bit poisonous on skin. Skin is poisonous, so that's why she's not very sweet for predators. Predators do not like eat salamander. She's just making warning for all birds and for all mammals and possible predators. I'm poisonous, so please don't eat me. That's why she's so colorful. Species which is distributed in Ukraine and in Europe has the same black and red and yellow spots. So another video of the same blogger I like very much, because he showed some natural environment in Japan. He just bought a ticket and made a trip to Okinawa, because Okinawa is a very warm place, semi-tropical place, wonderful paradise for insects and some animals, and there is also a special nature reservation area, protected area, which is not allowed for visits. So probably he is coming to natural environment and not to a reservation, because in a reservation it's not allowed to collect for ordinary people. So, but all and other places are pretty open, so with good nature, not so used for agriculture. Here we see very nice red colored dragonfly. He's just walking around grass and some kind of small bog, because it's actually not a rice field. Rice field I will show you later. But in Japan, many places are very wet, so that's why aquatic insects were well represented in Japan. So some dragonflies are very high, have a very high number. So dragonflies are very colorful and interesting. And here some praying mantis. He collected praying mantis, which was not visible, with damaged. One leg was damaged, which is used for hunting. Both legs are used for hunting, but probably he lost one leg, first pair of leg, because another big predator like bird just damaged this praying mantis. So praying mantis has a kind of a mimicry, adapted Tenodera genus, adapted to different environment and coloration. So this color is a gray, so he looks like a small piece of dry leaves inside this bush. So he has just small break. Here some food of pineapple I guess, which was So it's probably a piece of agricultural land for some farmers, kind of agawa, just with horns. So this blogger is just used simple methods of collecting, just walking around and making observation just to record video about insects. So here, this in the center, just another specimen of a praying mantis. Okay, not damaged one, also gray colored with both legs for hunting. So a quite big one, big size, and probably female, so because abdomen is pretty fat. Quite fat. Here, you see here, beetles are well represented, especially weevils, this kind of weevils, some crickets. So this cricket probably still larva, because we cannot see wings, just very reduced wings. Some species, especially in semi-tropical areas, have wide distribution in tropics and quite a big size. So some crickets should be pretty big. So now this blogger collected some insects like this wonderful daily butterfly. And he used a very common just sweeping net or butterfly net. So he didn't kill it, just released it. So walking on this meadow, this green meadow, even not very colorful, but a great place for collecting. So this guy, hello to him, we are saying thank you and acknowledging his efforts. So here, just another video of him about insects. He was very careful to record an interesting video about parasitoids of some night moths, because he is showing here he collected some moths. Here also he collected another specimen of a praying mantis. In evening time, collecting with a light, with artificial light. So evening time in Japan is very noisy because some cicadas are singing sounds, some crickets singing, some grasshoppers. So these are two specimens of a praying mantis. This wonderful blogger has a very interesting logo of this in the angle, in the left angle. He had a logo of a small entomologist, like a small boy with sweeping net and with a hat on a head. So he collected his praying mantis, and here he's showing this Oteka egg mass of praying mantis, egg mass with snail. Here praying mantis is hunting, quite a big one, like a telephone size, big size. Yeah. Oh, here he found crab in this grassland, local kind of a spider. Yes, one kind of a lizard. The species name is indicated in the angle. Another small snail. I'm not sure, small size or big size of this snail. Satsuma trata, genus name. And this kind of collects some kind of a geckos, very nice lizard. Oh, very colorful. Very colorful. Such a gray, looks like a dark gray color, and a very good adaptation, pretty invisible on land. Only using lamp, using artificial light, it's quite possible to find it, because gecko became just moveless, not moving, not escaping, just became frozen under the light, like a frozen, doesn't escape. some insects and some animals. Oh, 2 specimens, 2 individuals. Very nice. Probably even 2 species because of different coloration and size. Yes, he's indicating 2 different lizards. Oh, very nice lizard in Okinawa region. Probably not very big size, about 10-15 centimeters. But this one is fat. This gecko is a fat one. So wonderful. Quite a big one, like a smartphone. With the size of a smartphone. Very good finding. So during this evening collecting, it's possible to hear some scallopian. Here he collected some aquatic insects. This is the larva of a dragonfly. So using this just one aquatic net and some kind of a salamander as well. Some aquatic salamander, yes, with this pink orange belly. The small salamander, some species, similar coloration or even better coloration are widely distributed even in Ukraine. We have some salamanders in Ukraine, aquatic one. I collected as well, just for fun. Here, in aquatic net, he collected this moving larva of dragonfly. So with aquatic net, it's quite easy to collect aquatic insects, and so it's like this swimming bag, skimmers. Nepa of a genus Nepa, or here another genus, Notonecta, genus Notonecta glauca, widely spread. Here, this aquatic bug, which is named Ronatra, very nice bug. Looks like a small stick, not a small stick, about 5 centimeters or even bigger size, with long ovipositor like a stick. Here quite a big, not a caterpillar, a big larva of dragonfly. So he looks like a moveless. No, she can move even outside the water, but shocked because of collecting, but well, moving very well in the water. So, but if you put it just on a beach, on the sandy beach, and here he shows just special adaptation for hunting, special mandibles and special this, like collecting, like a tongue for collecting prey, so for hunting. So he showing the photo like dragonfly collected, just caught a small larva of frog, or a small frog. So that's why some kind of aquarium is quite useful for collecting not only fish, not only with tiny fish. Oh, very nice, like aquarium fish. It's the same, just in a very small stream. All places around Japan were full with different small streams, and the water is usually very clean. So this is the same. Aquatic bugs of a genus Ronatra, females with a very long stick ovipositor. One small Pieride. Evening time, just also like frozen. Like a frozen daily butterfly, not flying, just waiting for daytime. So this kind of hunting with a light is quite useful for collecting some nocturnal insects. But he collected also some, not nocturnal insects, but some small fish and some salamanders. Maybe for studying, maybe for just for showing for his videos. Some cages. Oh, a lot of fish collected in a stream. Small size fish. Oh, wonderful. Yeah, you see, this is very common in our aquariums, but living in a natural environment in southern islands of Japan, like Okinawa. So they're probably widely distributed in Southeast Asia as well, like in Vietnam and Laos, Cambodia. So if it is distributed in Okinawa, here he used special cages. He collected these small salamanders. Oh, so many fish. Maybe this is for commercial purpose, I guess. Because so many fish. A salamander maybe for his shop. And of course, as a part-time of his activity, just to make this video for people. It's a Ranatra aquatic bug. So this kind of a wonderful sea beach of islands in Okinawa. Yes, but I also wanted to show you one interesting finding here about caterpillar, because here he collected caterpillar and made a story about caterpillar, because not all caterpillars are healthy. So he collected this caterpillar and found this caterpillar was not very healthy. Caterpillar was growing, but pupated, but inside the pupa, he found this kind of pupa. This is not a pupa, it's called puparum. Puparum, which is a pseudo pupa of parasitoid tachinid fly, size about 1 centimeter. So in a big pupa of a night moth. So he found, even you see here, 8 different puparums of tachinid flies. Tachinid flies were escaping from the body of pupa of night moth and creating their own pupa. So that's why pupa of a night moth is just dying. But it's not good, not only enough. It was quite interesting because this is a pupa on the right side. He opened pupa and he found these puparums inside pupa. But in many cases, usually larvae of tachinid flies, were just coming outside of pupa or outside of pupa. But here he kept all these small puparums in a cage, and he found that not only some flies emerged, but some Hymenopterous insects emerged. This is not a tachin fly. This is a parasitoid. This is not fly. This is a parasitoid. This is a parasitic wasp for all the Hymenoptera. They're still alive, but parasitoids just laid eggs, probably still in caterpillar, not inside these puparums, because they were just all collected in laboratory. Just immediately they attacked caterpillar and laid eggs inside caterpillar. So inside caterpillar, their larva found the larva. So this huge larva of butterfly was attacked by 2 species of parasitoids. Primary parasitoid and this one, who is tachinid fly, and the secondary parasitoid, who is this Hymenoptera parasitoid. I'm not quite sure about family of this parasitoid, who is belonging to Ichneumonidae superfamily, Ichneumonidae. Quite interesting, need to be careful to identify it. So 2 different parasitoids attacked the same caterpillar, but one parasitoid was primary, and the second was, like here, this is a caterpillar with white larvae of flies, and on the right side this was attacked by secondary parasitoid. Secondary parasitoid, this wasp ate some part of a larvae of flies. So in this he is showing the book of famous Japanese hymenopterist who studied Ichneumonidae family in Japan. And now I show you video of this famous Satoshi Kuribayashi, or I have this CD-ROM with his videos. I like his interesting inventions and his technical approach. He's using different inventions, his mastery in different equipment to show insects in the nature. He used this like an endoscope for medical research. We're very elongated, like a nose, focus optical system. So he used this optical system to enlarge different insects of a smaller size and to show them in a big magnification and even in this, under the very interesting and enlarged angle. So he used here this quite interesting, like the natural way on steps of this field, and this oviposition, this interesting oviposition of two grasshoppers, locusts, these two locusts, which are the big one, this is a female, which is laying eggs, and the small one just sitting on the female, this is a male. So he caught this very interesting moment of mutually just mating. Male is waiting for mating, and just process of oviposition inside the soil, because female is making just a hole in the soil and putting inside the bunch of eggs. So this is very nice and interesting video of Satoshi Kuribayashi, wonderful photographer, who is rather not so young, but he is very famous because of his wonderful, absolutely amazing, wonderful photos and different books with photos about insects, which he is making these photos in nature, natural environment, with a very special view under this, like with big magnification like this on this video, and this picture, very nice picture, photo of acrid, face of acrid, which looks like alien. Look like alien. And another photographer I want to show you. I'm very pleased to show you some videos of another photographer, a Japanese photographer, very famous one. This is Kazo Uzuno. I have been watching his videos during maybe more than 10 years. He showed this interesting cricket, which is very noisy in Malaysia. So you see, cricket has a very long ovipositor, big stick on the top of the body. Size and making special noise like bird. Making special noise like bird, so just you can be even afraid of this cricket, because cricket is so noisy, probably belonging to the family Tetigoniidae, so it is why this kind of a bush cricket or jungle cricket, absolutely amazing. So Kazo Uzuno is very famous about his photos, as I showed you, these two different CD-ROMs. One is named Archives of Insects, and one is called Days Archives of Insects, and one is The Planet of Insects. So he has many books about insects, and his activities connected precisely with photographing of different insects. So he's so devoted entomologist photographer, and you can see here, so huge cricket, green one, so huge green cricket. Probably is also not noisy. This one is, yes, very noisy. So this cricket is so big that he is not able to jump quickly. Oh, you see, like a palm, the size of a palm, about 10 or 15 centimeters. Absolutely. With so long, not only body, but also with very long legs. And this video is photographed in Malaysia. So this very wonderful grasshopper, green grasshopper, with species name is indicated below, and he also indicated the web page of Kazo Uzuno. So beautiful, very noisy. Just again. Yeah, very noisy. Absolutely amazing. So the sound of cricket. Malaysian. This is very interesting green Malaysian grasshopper. Very strong and very noisy. And very big size. And here the released grasshopper, which is just escaping, just crawling on the tree. So welcome to the page of Kazo Uzuno. And of course quite interesting to show not only the CD-ROM, because everything is just inside. I cannot show you immediately. CD-ROM is archive. But also to show his video about beetles, it's the same, different species of stag beetles. Right side, the strongest, so he used his horn. So the left yellow colored beetle is weakest, so he's trying to use his mandibles to catch the horn, but not so easy. Not so easy. The strongest Japanese beetle with the horn, just putting him just away. And the weakest is just falling down. Here another species of beetles also try with three horns, very strong, just where weakest just fall down. And here just with two horns, with three horns, and three horns. Who is the strongest? Also quite a big size, and this competition is quite popular among some lovers of beetles in tropical areas. Competition even done for money. One is flattened stag beetle on the right. He just caught the big one with his mandibles and made him just moveless. Probably he's fall down him. Yes, you see. Very small beetle, but very clever and very cunning. So keeping in mandibles, and very big boy, very big three-horned boy who just fall down. Oh, here it's obviously one with three horns is strongest, and the small one is just escaped. Oh, but here not the same situation. A small beetle is the strongest. Small beetle is so powerful. It's very powerful. So here collection of different situations with beetles. In nature, it is quite good to show it in the natural environment. Like here on the CD-ROM also indicated the situation with battle between two beetles. Battle between brown beetle and black beetle. And here also one is just putting him out. Strongest will catch the land. Two beetles, one with long but two mandibles, two horns, and one with very strong body and three horns. Who is the strongest? Probably the biggest one. Oh, jump! Jump! The smallest just jumped. Oh, but here the battle of dynasties. Look like dynasties. Beetles from South America. So two individuals are quite strong. Here again dynasties. Males of stag beetles fighting for the land and for space. And you're using very cunning way to put it away. Just got it with horns, with two horns. One is small horn, down horn, and upper horn is the biggest one. So horns are quite useful in this fighting. So, but here Dynastus and another one with three horns are fighting. Who is the winner? Probably Dynastus will survive and made second one to escape. Yes, you see. Dynastus is so powerful. Here two Dynastuses are fighting. Even just putting it so high. Just to prevent him to catch the land. Right, and pull him down. So the smallest beetle, small flattened black beetle, and brown beetle is fighting all together. One is Dynastus, and one species, small one, fell down. Yes, so you see, so many different insects are living in Japan, which is considered to be as a paradise for insects, because many places in Japan are belonging to tropical area, tropical regions. So that's why in any natural environment it's possible to find not only insects but also salamanders, different lizards. For herpetologist is quite famous place to collect some snakes, turtles, and some aquatic insects. So I guess so it will be, if it will be a good opportunity to catch some insects and show you video in Japan, I will do it with a great pleasure. So hopefully we will have such opportunity in the future. And I'm pleased to show you these CD-ROMs for our Japanese viewers. So one video CD-ROM with Satoshi Kuribayashi. You can check his web page and his YouTube channel. And this small CD-ROM, this is Kazo Uzuno CD-ROM. So despite all looks like old technology, it's quite easy to sell it like a book, and also with quality of pictures inside, collection of photographs, absolutely fantastic. High quality of photographs inside these two video books, video CD-ROMs, absolutely fantastic, brilliant. So it's a great pleasure to open this video file and just in photo files and enjoy the quality and details of insects and natural environment which was got by these so famous and so careful photographers Kazo Uzuno and Satoshi Kuribayashi. Thank you for your attention. Thank you for coming. Thank you, Dmitry, for interest. And I hope so some people who will be coming here will find something interesting and surprising in my reviews of Japanese entomologists, amateurs, photographers. Even I had more videos to show, but I guess so that's good enough for presentation. Don't make you too much tired. Thank you for interest, and don't forget, press like, write your comments, and ask your questions. And if you have questions, this is my personal private email. This is my email, so you can write privately on my email and ask your questions. Yes, and don't forget you can visit Patreon page for donations. So some small donations for a cup of coffee is really greatly appreciated. Or you can put on your bottom, click on the bottom join to come to the membership of our channel. So this opportunity which is given by YouTube, click on bottom join and you can be either research assistant or research professor depending from your donation. So you can check how it's work clicking on the bottom join, or visit Patreon page for donations, or just PayPal using just this email. Also for some cup of coffee for feedback. is quite useful and interesting. So write your questions and your comments under this video, or if you're just shy, don't write, that's not a problem. So we can discuss about insects in the next video or in the private emails. Thank you for coming, Dmitry, and other viewers as well. Bye bye, see you soon on my channel, saying this bee, and thank you very much for coming, saying this octopus. Good luck and see you soon on my channel. Bye bye, good luck my octopus. See you soon on my channel. Visit my Patreon page. Bye bye.